She's a very caring person. I've always really liked that about her. When I first met her, I could tell that, when I was speaking to her, she was always really listening to what I was saying, and I was like, why is this girl listening to me, what I have to say? She's a jazz singer, I'm a drummer, and I do a lot of shows for music theatre, things like that, and we both enjoy music. We've always got music going on at home, and so that's how this sort of all came together, through music, I guess.
He is generous, he is a perfectionist, and he's very curious. So he's always looking to learn something new and master a new skill, and he does it so well. When he commits to something, he goes all the way in or nothing, and he's just amazing at whatever he does. And he's a very giving person as well. He's always willing to help those around him. Anytime someone needs a hand with something, he's the first one there, putting them first. He's a truly, truly remarkable person, and I'm so happy to be marrying him today.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea a year ago to get down on one knee and pop the question.
That wasn't your typical proposal, was it?
Nah, I was working for a company called Pop-Up Club at the time, doing things on stage for them, playing drums, and I asked the company, and they very generously said, I could pretty much interrupt a show to bring her up on stage, and her whole family was there, and my family was there, and I proposed to her in front of 900 people, however many people were there, and it was nice. Lucky she said yes. I would say compassionate for sure. Anytime, we got a little dog, anytime he gets hurt or whatever, she's like, you can tell she really feels for him, And same with me, whenever, she's just a very compassionate person, Whenever there's something wrong with me, she'll know, pick up on it straight away, and beautiful, of course.
Well, when I woke up in the morning, I was extremely nervous. But then as the day went by, I started to really ease into it and really think about how the day will hopefully go, and just looking forward to that moment of walking down the aisle and seeing Tom waiting at the altar. And it's something that's been a long time coming, and we've been planning for it for just under a year now, so finally seeing it all come together is going to be magical.
Okay, please be seated if you are lucky enough to have claimed a seat earlier in the afternoon. If you see any free ones, go for it.
My name is Emily Rosenberg, and I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. So before you're joined in marriage in my presence and the presence of your witnesses here today, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people, to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. So I must ask, Tom, have you come here today voluntarily to be joined in this marriage?
I have.
I have.
Whew. We can continue. Oh wow, very theatrical. We are all here today to celebrate the marriage of Sevil and Tom, but first we must cast our minds back to August 2013, when our two protagonists were introduced to each other by Ted. Ted was putting together a band for a jazz gig and had the foresight to see what chemistry was possible. First as musicians, but then it grew into so much more. Tom was umming and ahhing about taking the gig, but Ted assured him that not only was she a great singer, but she was rather beautiful, which I think we can all agree is true on both counts, particularly today. In the beginning, they just enjoyed each other's company. The sparks weren't flying yet. And it was Jess who noticed the chemistry between them when they were performing and said, "I reckon they're going to end up together." And she was right. Nicely done, Jess. Even if Tom thought Sevil was way out of his league, she thought he was pretty cute. And thanks to social media, they exchanged Facebook details and made time to meet for coffee. The conversation was relaxed, easy, the hours flew by, and they made sure they planned a second date that night. Then, on Sunday the 3rd of December, during a production of Much Ado About Nothing at the Pop-Up Globe, Tom got down on one knee on stage and proposed. That day was Much Ado About Nothing. Today is the day where we make much ado about something very, very special. So that brings us up to speed, why we're all here, while they're looking particularly glamorous, front and centre, ready to make their commitment to each other. And they're going to express that in their personal vows now.
Seville, I fell for you because of the kindness in your eyes and that contagious smile. I remember at our first gig watching you, listening to me with genuine interest as I rambled on about my life. I remember thinking, why does this girl want to listen to me? Why does this beautiful care about what I have to say? And now here we are, about to embark on a never-ending adventure. It's hard for me to distill what I love the most about you, but the essence of it is that no matter what, you're always by my side. You'll bring me my toothbrush in bed every night, even if we just had a fight. You'll wash my clothes before I even think they're dirty. But most of all, we can enjoy a night in together, just the two of us, just as much as we can enjoy getting dressed up in red and getting henna tattoos. You make me feel like I always want to improve myself and to be the best version of myself so that I can be good enough for you. I promise to make you laugh when times are tough and to cherish the times that are good together. I'm looking forward to growing closer to you as we get old, like really old. And most of all, I look forward to being your penguin.
Tom, when we first met, you were unlike anyone I'd ever met before. You were so open, so honest and kind. Right away, I knew that I could be myself around you, and that's why I fell in love with you. What I love most about you is that when you commit to something, you make sure that it's done to perfection. Even though that every dinner party we throw has a 9-hour preparation window leading up to it, it's always worth it in the end. You always make me feel safe and loved, and I know that no matter what, I can always count on you to be there for me. I promise to always love and support you through all the ups and downs that we face, and to be by your side. Whatever life throws our way, I look forward to sharing it with you. I love you.
Now, Sevil and Tom have chosen Mr. Q, Quentin, and Jess to guard the wedding rings. I think Quentin has absconded, but not with the rings. So if you'd like to come up, Jess, stand by. All right, we'll do the vows first. You ready? Here we go.
I call upon the people here present
To witness that I,
to witness that I,
Thomas David Joseph Doublier,
Thomas David Joseph Doublier,
take you, Sevil Sabah,
take you, Sevil Sabah,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Beautiful. All right, so can we please have the smaller wedding band? Pop it on. You ready? Sevil, this ring I give you
Seville, this ring I give you
as my personal gift
as my personal gift
and my personal promise
and my personal promise
of love and trust
of love and trust
and pride.
and pride
You are my wife.
that you are my wife.
It's on. Nicely done. We have one to go. It's always good to have balance. All right. I call upon the people here present
I call upon the people here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Sevil Sabah,
Sevil Sabah,
take you,
take you,
Thomas,
Thomas David Joseph Doublier,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
All right. Here we go. So close. We still have one more ring. One ring to rule them all. All right. Tom, this ring I give you
Tom, this ring I give you,
my personal gift,
my personal gift
my personal promise
and my personal promise
of love and trust,
of love and trust
pride.
and pride that you are my husband.
Beautiful. Now the bit that I gave them for homework, you may now kiss the bride.
May I have your attention, please? Thank you. If everyone can sit down, we'd like to start with the next phase of the evening, which is the speeches. And I'd like to welcome up the father of the bride, Bülent Sabah, for the first speech.
Thank you. Dear guests, I am very happy to see all of you with us in this beautiful occasion this evening. I would like to thank every one of you for sharing Sevil and Tom's happiness tonight. Sevil is a very honest and hardworking, beautiful young lady. I am very proud of her. As most of you know, we are a family of musicians. It's wonderful to add another musician to the family. I would like to thank Claudine and Jackie for raising such a gentleman. We have won another son now. Let's raise our glasses for the new weds. Congratulations, Sevil and Tom. Enjoy your night. Thank you and merci.
Very well done. And now, for our second speech of the evening, I'd like to welcome Jackie Doublier.
I'll try to be brief. Thanks, Bülent, for taking the pressure off me and being the first one to speak. Yeah. As you said, so my name is Jackie Doublier, and my wife Claudine is there with the red hat, and my daughter is here with the green shirt, Maëlle. As you said, we are here to celebrate a very happy event with these two families now joined together and friends of both sides. Thank you for coming and sharing this moment with us. Bülent and Silva, you've raised a wonderful child, now lady in Seville. We liked her. We liked her the first day we saw her. Not only is she handsome, as everyone can witness, she's patient, she's caring, she has the same beautiful smile as her mom. Last but not least, she's one of the few persons I know who can laugh at my jokes. Our two families actually have got some very important things in common. We love cooking, we love our food, we love sharing. And for me, sharing food, cooking for others is a way of sharing love. I see that Thomas and Sevil continue the tradition. They cook wonderful gourmet meal for each other and for friends and for family. It's very nice. But I need to tell you where Thomas is coming from. When he was a teenager, he would get out of school. At 5 o'clock, he would call home, "Mom, what's for dinner? If he didn't like what Claudine had been cooking, he would say, no worries, I'll go to McDonald's. So it's good to see that, because at that time, Claudine was really cursed and worried that he would eat junk food for the rest of his life, but not so. I see Thomas getting a bit worried. What else is he going to say about me? Okay, I'm going to start with the good memories to get him relaxed. First memories go back 28 years, when I was able to attend the birth of Thomas in the clinic with Claudine. And that was a truly magic moment. First child, the magic of birth, and first child, it was probably the best day of my life then. Thomas, I loved you from the first second of your life. You were 9 months old, thanks to the effort of your grandmother, Bernadette, who trained you a lot. She wanted to be the one who would make you walk. Contrary to the say, you walked before you crawled. All he could do was crawl backwards. So he gets so frustrated that he decided to stand up. And then he was walking like this, with the hands up. I thought he was willing to become a politician. Thank God he didn't. Thomas, I was proud of you when at 4, you went for your first percussion workshop and were very good at it. Later on, when we were living in the US, you were selected to participate in a school program for kids with musical potential. I was proud of you too when you were playing soccer. Even though you didn't appreciate my encouragement from the sides. Dad, you're so embarrassing. Don't speak to me in French in front of my mates. His embarrassment with French actually had some limits. Actually, whenever he was introducing new friends or girlfriends at home, all of a sudden he would start to speak to us in French again. I was proud of you when you were playing jazz at Carey with Mr. Digby, especially the day you won a prize of the jury in a musical in Bendigo. In 2015, we went on a father-son trip in India with your friend Callum and his dad Alistair, who is here tonight. We decided to climb to a belvedere in the Himalayas to have a nice view of the Kachajonga. It was a tough climb to get there. The boys were running in front, so was Alistair. I was struggling in the back. We all reached the hut on the belvedere at night, but I was exhausted, tired, shivering, with a massive headache. You took care of me, gave me some extra blankets, prepared hot tea for me. I understood that night that you really cared for me. Another magic moment. More recently, after graduating, I was proud of you starting your own practice. That made me really proud. Now for the not so good memories. Excuse me a second, I need to read this. I'm getting a message from Sevil, your time's up. Okay, maybe another time. Okay. Thomas and Sevil love each other, respect each other, and have a happy life. Thank you.
We'll go into the next round of speeches, starting off with the best man, Dennis Thompson.
Hello everyone. As you all know, my name's Dennis and I'm the best man tonight. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, especially those who came from interstate and overseas. A special thanks to the parents, Jackie and Claudia and Silver, for being such wonderful children. And a special thanks, of course, to Doobs for being a good mate to me for so many years, and Sevil for looking after him. Now, with the thank yous out of the way, I would like to say a few things about Doobs. We've spent a long time together over the years, a lot of mischief, really stupid shit. I've got a lot of stories I could bring up, but that would make for a pretty long speech. So I'll try and keep it short, and I'll try and some positives. I remember being in Year 9 science class with Doobs, or with Mr. Shooty, sorry, and needing a science partner. Obviously, I got stuck with Doobs here. He wasn't my first choice, but that's just how it goes. I had no idea at the time that we'd become such good friends, and it would culminate in me standing up in front of you guys tonight. Look, Doobs has come a long way over the years. If you told me 14 years ago that he'd be the first of all of us to get married, I would have told you were nuts. But here we are. Look, Doobs is a man of many talents. He was a successful runner at school. He's a talented musician and obviously now a business owner. I think it goes to show how far he's come. What you see is what you get with Doobs for the most part. The only exception to that is, despite his skin colour, he's still the whitest black guy I know. And along came Sevil, and I think I speak for all of us in saying that he's punching well above his weight. But credit to him, he's managed to lock her down with a proposal that you usually only see in movies. Look, the last couple of years he's really got his shit together. Though there are a few things that will never change, he'll always drive a complete shitbox of a car. But look, in all seriousness, it's been a pleasure to watch them together and watch their relationship grow into something so solid. And nothing's made me happier than to see them sitting here in front of you guys today. So if I could get everyone to raise a glass for Tom and Sevil.
Very good job, Tom. And now on to the man of honor, Serkan.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. As most of you know, that I am Sevil's brother. I met Sevil when she was a little baby, obviously. What am I saying? Wrong way to start. I met Sevil when I was 4 years old. That's what I was meant to say. I still remember the very day walking to the hospital with flowers in my hand, and there was a new sibling that was coming through, and very happy and very, very blessed to have her in our lives. She was the cutest baby. As a young girl, she had passion for music. From time to time, at my primary school graduation night, Let me start that again. As a young girl, she had passion for music. From time at my primary school graduation night, making sure I hit the right notes on the keyboard to the jam sessions we had at home. We knew she had talent. She has an amazing voice. She pursued on getting a band together about 5 years ago, roughly. And it was around those days that she came across a charismatic, handsome drummer. My wife Jace and Jess. Hey, I don't get nervous, but today I'm nervous. It's not easy. You do this every time, but it's exactly. All good. So my wife Jess and I were invited to this jazz gig where, as you heard this story before, where both of them were up on the stage with the band. And that's when Jess told me, he's the one. And yes, he was. Tom, you're a good man. Anything you do, you approach with professionalism. Has to be perfection. You have an eye for detail. You're a great drummer, and you're a very good myotherapist, and a great cook. Whatever he cooks, unbelievable taste. But Tom doesn't really believe much in text messaging, especially to Sevil. We work together, so every 2 seconds there's a phone call. Is this supposed to be like this? You could say this in a text message. Very easy to do. Any given day can consist of 8 to 10 phone calls as minimum. Easy. Sevil. You are truly the brother I never had. You are my Getty. We call each other Getty for some reason. It's a thing that we have. Seinfeld joke, exactly. There have been many moments where we have certain aspects of, the show Frasier? We are Frasier and Niles. That we are from planning costume parties to organizing any project, we are like those two little brothers. We work together. We work really well, nearly every day. And there are all sorts of moods, it's happy, sad, angry, you name it. We can get angry at each other for not longer than a day. We can fight. An hour. Not even an hour, that's true. So a word of advice to both of you, being a married man for 3 years, love each other and don't be mad for each other for long. Find a suitable solution and make up as quick as you can. I know both of you are meant for each other. You're a great couple. I love you both. Have a great night. Cheers.
Hello. I thought this would be the moment that you had to defend yourself. But everything was beautiful. So this is your turn.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to top all of these speeches that we've had because mine's a bit emotional and hopefully will end in some tears, but we will see. Happy tears, of course. Anyway. So many of you asked me leading up to this, to tonight, if I would be singing. And for once, no. I won't be. But I would like to say a few words. So here we go. Firstly, I would like to thank all of you for being here tonight. It means a lot to both Tom and I that we get to share this special day with those who are closest to us, especially those who have travelled from afar
We really appreciate it. We are so grateful to everyone who contributed towards making today so special. You know who you are. It would take me all day if I went through each and every person, but thank you so much for all of your help today. And as well as the Hannah Night and Hens Night and so on and so forth. Mum and Dad, what can I say? I am so lucky to have been raised by you in such a loving and generous family unit. You have both shown me the importance of being an honest, decent human being. I am forever thankful that I get to be your daughter. I love you so much. Sizi çok seviyorum. Çok çok teşekkürler. My brother, Getty. My man of honor. Honorable. You're my best friend, the person I can talk to about anything, the one who will listen to my stories and laugh at my jokes. Thank you for always being there for me. I love you very much. Thank you. Especially for helping with all of the PA and everything, running around, like it's a huge, huge thank you. To my sister-in-law, Jess, you're the sister I never had. You're always there for me to give me advice, happy to listen to me whenever I need to talk. And you've been so helpful to me throughout this whole process. And I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much. To Jackie and Claudine, you are the best parents-in-law I could have ever asked for. By far, by far. Right from the beginning, okay, since day one, seriously, since day one, you welcomed me into your family. I felt right at home. You treated me as one of your own. In fact, I remember, this is actually isn't on the paper, but I'm just going to go off paper a little bit. I remember the first time I met, or one of the early days, I came over to your house in Canterbury and you guys were going away to Apollo Bay and we'd only been dating for a couple of months and you were like, okay, so which days are you free? Let me know. We're going to get you to come as well and you're going to be a part of the whole trip. And I was like, this is so cool. Like I literally always felt at home with you guys. So I really, really love it. Anyway, now back to script. I'm much better with the paper for sure. So from family holidays together to Sunday night dinners at your house, I always look forward to spending time with you and our conversations. I love you both very much. Thank you. To my new sister-in-law, Mayel. It makes me so happy that we get to share our love of movies, Netflix, Camberwell Market, trendy cafe recommendations. However, being the jet setter that you are, we don't get to hang out as often as I would like. But when we do, it's always so special and we always have good laughs and a great time together. And I love you so much. Thank you so much. Lastly, to the man I now get to call my husband. So we already did our vows and we did the whole lovey-dovey thing, so I don't want to go too deep into it, but I just wanted to add one thing. Thank you for always challenging me and getting me out of my comfort zone and basically to help me grow as a person. I mean, I know that I can be stubborn and I can resist. But in the end, I always appreciate everything you do for me and you're always out for my best interest and I love you so much and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Yeah. It is now not the man of honor, but the man of the hour. I think it's your turn, Tom.
All right. I don't know how the hell I'm going to top all those beautiful speeches, but yeah, here we go. Of course, there's always the thank yous. I'd love to thank Emily, our celebrant, who had to run off to her family bat mitzvah occasion, yeah. But she was wonderful from day one. She's always been very lovely to us and made everything so easy for us. And half the reason everything out there ran so smoothly, actually all of the reason everything ran so smoothly is because of her. So, yeah, really, I wish she was here to receive this, but thanks to her. I'd love to thank, of course, both of our parents, my parents, for raising this shithead. Sevil's parents for raising such a lovely, wonderful woman that I now get to call my wife. Den, of course, for organising my bucks, for being my best man, for all the memories with all of us. Jeff, for helping out a million times. He's been living with us for the past 3 weeks. And every time we've ever needed something. Every time we've ever needed something, he's been there for us. So that's been absolutely amazing. Laetitia for putting my outfit together. I could never have looked this good without her. For the past 3 months we've been talking. Back and forth over the internet, and she's really helped out, and she's the reason that I'm here today looking like this. And of course, Sevil for doing everything. I think I did about 5% of the wedding planning. She did everything else. So thank you for all of this and organising. And of course to all of you for coming. All the people that had to fly from overseas, that had 24-hour flights to be here. Some of you landed this morning. Some of you landed last night. It's been amazing. Some of you come from Queensland. Some of you come from overseas, Tassie. It means the world to us that everyone could be here. You know, before I met Sevil, her and I were very different people. I was a uni student, couch surfing at my lecturer's house before exams, drinking as much as I could, going out every opportunity I could. And she, a beautiful young woman, a little bit lost in her direction in life, still living at home, who certainly couldn't imagine being with someone 6 years her junior. But I tricked her into the first date. And 5 years later, here we are today. I was wandering around my neighbourhood trying to prepare for this speech. I was really trying to figure out what to say, and I noticed that, you know, everything in my neighbourhood, all the houses had beautiful gardens. Perfectly manicured show lawns, often appearing in home design magazines. Before my cousins came here, our little garden was full of weeds. Our grass was patchy, thanks to our dog Louis pissing everywhere. And the hedges were overgrown. Because we were having company, Sevil and I decided it would be a good opportunity to get the gloves out and get down and dirty. First we weeded the garden, we trimmed the hedges, we went to Bunnings, bought some weed mat, mulched, laid it down, put some soil down, planted some nice herbs. You get the picture. But I was thinking, while walking around our neighbourhood, that gardening could be a nice analogy for love. But maybe it could also go deeper than that. My parents have worked very hard, incredibly hard, their whole lives. And now they have a magnificent garden. They didn't start off that way, and sometimes, just like all of us, they had to weed their garden. But I have great admiration for the work that they've put into their big, beautiful garden. My newly adopted parents have worked incredibly hard their whole lives. From humble beginnings in Turkey, they made the tough decision to bring 2 young children to a land unknown, and now years later, they also have a big, beautiful garden. I used to look at all our neighbours' gardens with envy, but something changed a few years ago, and now I'm content with the garden I have.
I love looking after it, making it look great, and sharing it with you, Sevil. But maybe I really am getting old. I don't have a lot of experience in love compared to many of you in this room, but to me, love is consistently evolving and needs consistent work. You have to pull your weeds out before the garden gets overrun. People have told us that we have the perfect relationship or that we are the perfect couple. It's been mentioned tonight, which is really flattering, but like every couple in here, I think that we too have our moments, but I think it's really how you come out of these situations. To Sevil, my wife, you have been the best part of my life for the past 5 years, and I hope that there are 50 more to follow, at least. I hope that you and I can continue to nurture our garden, pull out our weeds, and follow in the footsteps of our parents before us and grow our own very big and beautiful garden. Now, if everybody would like to charge their glasses, I'd like to propose a toast.
Good speech, man. Popped it off. Well done.
May every relationship, old and young, continue to water their garden.
Here.
Thank you all for coming. The music will start and we will party.